Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today I'm tired. But it's okay. You want to get better at Balatro, and I want to help you out. Specifically, I want to help you out by demonstrating what successful gold stake gameplay looks like. Today we're playing on the gold stake blue deck. I think is a good deck for beginners. Here's the seed, I'll put it in the video description. If you want, you can pause, you can try it out yourself. At least try the first couple rounds yourself before I spoil everything. Alright. Here, I don't remember what we drew, so kind of the standard thing here. I have 3 hearts. Let's go try to get the flush. There we go. There was a full house that was possible. Okay, hack is not great on gold stake, rental or otherwise. Probably we go buffoon pack here. On the yellow deck, there's no hesitation. On the yellow deck, you always open the buffoon pack. On the blue deck, sometimes not, depending on what's upstairs. But I think here, easy buffoon pack. Shortcut as another rental. I take rentals early if they give me plus molt. If it's not plus molt specifically, then I guess we take a loyalty card, which we could sell for $2, I guess. Loyalty card does help me against the boss, and maybe that's not a reason not to sell it, but if you do sell it, you get extra money from interest. Considering whether or not I want to take a Mercury card here. If we're playing on gold stake, we almost always end up on pairs. And having just a few extra chips from those early levels does help a lot. But if I take this Mercury card now, I 100% am not going to play pairs for the first 3 or 4 rounds because just one level is not enough. Again, here, if I'm playing on the yellow deck, this is easy. You automatically take this. But on the blue deck, maybe not. I think I will anyway. I said maybe not. Okay, here we have 3 2s. Not high enough for me to seriously consider going for the full house, so I'll just go for hearts instead. Yeah, one more time, hearts. That's not a great situation. We did upgrade that pair, but I think I'm going to keep going for the hearts. Getting worse. Alright, so we can play the hearts, and we have a pair of 5s. Pair of 5s works, pair of 9s works. So you could play the full house here, but the pair of 9s works. Because we took that pair level. Alright, I don't know if that was the optimal way to play that. We had a couple opportunities to play 2 pair. Probably should have played 2 pair. Thinking back on it. Yeah, anyway. We've got halvesies here, we've got hallucination, we probably just go next. I guess halvesies make sense, but as a rental, I'm a little bit opposed to that. I think we can get by without it because we have the loyalty card. Alright, I have ×4 on this straight, I guess. A straight, which is normally like 250. Maybe slightly more than that. Okay, so could be Fool for Mercury. Not having any plus molt here is pretty rough. Having a Fool upstairs makes this Arcana pack worth a little bit more. We could either roll into money, or we could get maybe Emperor would be really good. Empress would be okay. Judgment would be good. Let's take a look. So could go Hermie here and then copy with the Fool. That's probably better than Mercury levels. Do we sell loyalty card? Probably. Alright. Now we're fine. Forget everything that happened in Ante 1, now we're fine. So the thing that we need now is we need a plus mult joker, so we decline Uranus here. 4 Fienders, I would take it if it wasn't a rental. Go one more. Hologram, very strong, but in the short term, not really doing much for us. So probably we're supposed to go one more. Alright, here... With Ice Cream, we might be fine. With Lusty, we are definitely fine. Alright, go next. Alright, it was expensive, but now we for sure live. Alright. Dagger. Baseball card. Both very powerful, also very powerful combination. I guess. Do I need the dagger? It's pretty clean here. Maybe I take hologram plus baseball card here. Maybe I don't dagger here. I think most people wouldn't dagger here. If I take the dagger here, I sacrifice the hologram in the short term. But then I'm a little bit low on money. Could go Arcana pack here, try to get another Fool, try to get another Hermit. I think that's slightly risky in a way that I don't want to mess with. So... Sure. Maybe something like that. This makes us pretty strong, actually. And then on the blue deck here, since we have 5 hands, this gives us a decent amount of money for 4 hands, $4. Alright. Smiley face, we have a telescope. I think I just save my money now. Unfortunately, we don't have anything for the dagger, but that's fine. This dagger is going to be very helpful against this boss here. I can't necessarily get a heart's flush, but maybe 2 pair will work. Okay. So, Wrathful Joker, Mystic Summit. We just take whatever to feed the dagger. So, I don't know, take a Mystic Summit here, that's fine. 2 Arcana packs. Maybe some consideration for opening them once you have $20. We'll just wait one more. And then after this round, we should have plenty of money. There we go. Bummer. Good thing we picked up this dagger. Alright, my score is not great. I need a source of chips, ideally. The Swashbuckler here. I would take something like this, but maybe with the baseball card. You don't want to take Eternal Swashbuckler. So let's go Arcana, hoping for money. If we don't, we can get Judgment. I probably need the chips, but maybe feeding the daggers are okay. Go next. We could go for the clubs flush. The hearts flush doesn't win. We need some additional hand anyway. This draw was not great. If I have a source of chips, I can play 2 pair or pair, but without a source of chips, I need to play a 5-card hand in order to get enough chips. Maybe 2 pair helps. About 1,000 points. I can play a pair of 6s. I forgot we got the level 2 pair. Maybe I should have been playing the pairs. Not great. Alright, could be rebate, could be madness. I guess you feed the madness, you take the rebate. Bosses face cards face down. Arcana, okay, we do get a devil here. So notably, at the beginning of the ante, there were 2 Arcana packs. Neither Arcana pack gave money, so if we open the Arcana packs, we would be way behind. Good thing we didn't. We can make a gold, how about gold queen? If I have Lustful Joker on hearts, I like to make my enhanced cards into hearts. Let's go gold queen, which we can hold in hand. Slight awkwardness here against this boss because I don't know where my cards are face down. Should be fine. Alright, rebate on 2s. So let's play the 2 pair, which has a medium amount of chips. But ideally we are looking for the hearts. I guess I can discard the face card. I could check here, do a suit sword, and then confirm that these are not hearts. And then, actually, why don't we play 3 4s? Discard a 2. How many 2s do I have left? That's one more 2 after that, that's fine. Okay, so 9s and 8s. Let's go 8s and 7s because we get the extra molt from Lustful Joker. And aces and 9s. Okay. So there's Steven. If we have the dagger, we don't take cleared sale. Could skip for 3 pair levels. I'm considering it. 3 levels, maybe. That's a lot of chips. And then we take these celestial packs. So if you take Steven here plus 2 celestial packs. Long term, maybe plutonium makes sense. Alright, here I'm trying to level up pairs and maybe flushes, so maybe Jupiter, maybe Mercury. With soon to be, what is it? Soon to be plus 20 on the dagger. Now we don't really need to do hearts. Let's go next. Do I want 3 levels right now? A shop is probably worth more if we don't skip. Okay, but here I'm looking for rebate on 3s. The safe way to do this is to play the gold queen. So I guess I will start there. Right. Okay, I can play this straight for about 3,000. Okay. Rebate on 3s. I could play the 2 pair, which doesn't win. Next hand probably wins. We can keep the 3 jacks. Rebate the 3s. And then this definitely wins. Okay. Supernova. Supernova is plus 9 on flushes. Not super important that we do that. So let's go to-do list. Let's go Arcana pack. I can make another gold card. I can make some lucky cards. If we are playing flushes, we prefer to have lucky cards. If we're playing pairs, we prefer to have gold cards. I would like to long-term be able to play pairs. I don't have any cards here that are hearts anyway, so why don't we... Could be lucky jacks. Could be... Maybe gold jack is fine. Some cards not the worst. I get a blue seal 7. Alright. The game is done. It's been decided. Rebate on kings? Sure. My pair is not good. I can play 2 pair instead. A little extra molt from Lustful Joker, a little extra chips. That was not great either. But on the blue deck here, we have extra hands. Alright, rebate on kings. I have 2 pair twice wins. Or do we go for the hearts flush? I guess I'm gonna go for the flush. Play the pair for 2,000. Try to get the flush in hearts. Okay. So, one more chance to get a heart. This is fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So, a little bit unfortunate. The pairs were not strong enough to where we could get the pair leveled from the blue seal. Maybe a thing that we could have considered is trying to play the hearts flush earlier and then play the pairs later. This is good. +6 on the dagger. Boss here says diamonds are going to be debuffed. Let's go buffoon pack. Cartomancer is good, but then we won't be able to do the dagger anymore. Maybe Cartomancer is an upgrade over the rebate. I do like that idea. Rebate is strong, but Cartomancer is fine too. So we take Cartomancer. Cola gives us +6 on the dagger. Standard pack looking for another blue seal. No blue seal. I think we don't need the foil either. And then that's it. Okay, so we want to play flushes. Debuff flush is kind of okay. We have temperance, we have towers. So let's start with the flush. If I have Cartomancer, I'm more likely to play something that's not pairs. I could go for a flush here. I could maybe discard for clubs. Maybe one more time for clubs. Okay, high card is really not good for us. Oh well. Right. Getting worse. I could play the pair of 9s with a rock. I like that. I want to play not flushes. If we do this, and then we got temperance. Great. That's almost enough. I could play... Now we get to decide. Do we want to do pairs or do we want to do flushes? Probably pairs. The pairs score less than the flushes, but you can play more of them. So we play a pair of 3s here. Fine. Great. I'm going to go Mercury first. I'm going to go Temperance, maybe not yet. Wait till we buy something. Could take Hallucination and then go Temperance. Okay. Celestial pack. This boss, play 5 cards. So here, Mercury, sure. Priestess. Okay. Neptune and Uranus we don't need. Purple 2 is probably fine if we're on pairs, and then these lucky cards we don't need. Okay, that's it. Skip for 40 bucks. Nope. I need more time to grow here. Let's play the pair of twos. And then we decide, do we want to go one more purple or use death on... Probably the blue seal would be best if we can get it. Pair of aces. Death on a gold queen. Maybe not that bad, but we already have 2 gold cards in the deck. Maybe I don't need another one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go blue instead of purple. So, hold on to the death card. Alright, we missed and that's okay. Spin the wheel. And play a pair. That's it. This boss, by the way, okay. Play 5 cards, not a problem. Spectral pack, sure. Okay, red seal. Onk doesn't work here. Could be blue seal. So if I get to pick, probably the blue seal that we want is Jack of Hearts. Alright, let's go. The bosses here, we had diamonds, we had spades. So I guess maybe Queen of Spades is correct. I can use death now to copy the blue seal 7. I think that's fine. So if I use death now, then when I open the Arcana pack, there's a chance I get another death card here. I want to find something better for the dagger. I want to find some tarot cards before I open the Arcana pack. Showman works. So let's go Arcana. We've got 20 bucks. Or we can hang them. I think I just take the money. That way I can feed the dagger. I'm not going to reroll yet. Because I don't have any Joker slots open right now. There we go. Hermie again. So... pair of 8s now is 8,000. Pair of 10s, about the same. Okay. And I could play a pair of jacks here. I could play the pair of queens here. I'm being slightly greedy here. Anyway, this pair of queens doesn't win. And then we have 7s as a pair. Or we can play jacks as a pair. Or there's the 7s. Okay, so if we play this pair, let's go Hermie. And then we got the 2 blue seals. Plus 30. That's it. We don't need Grimbo. We have money for re-rolling. Could be Mad Joker is fine for the dagger. We just used Mercury. Celestial Pack here has nothing that I'm interested in. I'm actually gonna skip. And then if there's a Fool, you can copy the Mercury card, or we can use Death on the Queen. Make more blue seals. Blue seals for chips. Dagger for molt. That's it. Alright. Judgment. Sure. Smiley face. Doesn't matter. Here's a pair of 9s. Okay. This is awkward. Playing 5 cards. I drew too many jacks. Alright, I can discard the purple. Temperance, sure. Play the jacks. And then this one wins. Oh, not quite yet. I guess there's no real incentive to discarding here, so we'll just collect the blue seals and that's fine. Plus 42 on the dagger. Alright, Abstract Joker as a rental we don't need. Boss says play only one hand. I can get there. Let's go Arrow Merchant. Gold Seal 4. Could be Holographic 8. Maybe Holographic 8 doesn't matter if we already have the dagger. Maybe Gold Seal. Maybe this late Gold Seal we don't need. Actually, just the blue seals what we want. Okay. We can reroll a couple times. There's a bull, which gives us chips. But since we have leveled up pairs, maybe we don't need that. It is an uncommon for the baseball card, but I think I don't take the bull here. Maybe. Probably we don't take the bull here. So Fool for Mercury, I could make a gold card. I think I'm going to make a gold card. I guess it's kind of late where the money from the gold card is not going to matter that much. Alright, so pair of aces for the record is 20k. So we need at least 3 times more in order to beat the boss. I played aces already. I should probably discard aces. Okay, there's a purple 2. The next pair wins. So let's discard the 2s. I can make blue gold. Okay. I think I do use justice to make a glass jack. That could help us against the boss if we somehow magically get 3 glass cards. Well, 2 glass cards and a steel card. I don't think that's super likely. Alright, we can go Swashbuckler here into the dagger. I'm going to save my money, and then that way after this round we can reroll for something. Maybe check these standard packs. A stone card could be good. Gives us extra chips. Maybe. I think it's worth considering if we're playing pairs. Chariot? Okay, so pair of 5s. Notably, the dagger molt that you get happens after your steel cards, so the steel is not that impactful right now. I could play a pair of 9s. Still in that kind of like 22. If we can get up to 25, no, we still need a ×3. Alright, here's a pair of 9s. The next pair maybe wins. Maybe with a steel card it wins. I can play the pair of 6s. So we maybe go Steel Queen. Maybe I'm supposed to save the chariot and then that way we have it upstairs when we get to the boss. Alright, so I think what we're looking for is an uncommon for the baseball card. Too late to square up. Standard pack, maybe another glass jack, maybe a steel jack. Could actually be relevant. Either to pair the glass jack or just to hold in hand. Arcana here, I think Devil. Maybe. Okay, so Fool could be Mercury. Probably Mercury is good enough. Or open the Arcana pack first. We might be able to do better than this. I think here we take the money. I think the thing that we need is shopping power. So I'm gonna use the Devil. Let's go Gold King. Using the Devil here means I have more room upstairs for tarot cards. Okay, so now the thing we're trying to do is get an uncommon. Ramen, that does it. There we go. Alright, sun. And we got a rock. Let's go. I'm gonna discard purple. Sure. Death card. Probably the thing that we're supposed to do is hold on to the death card. Though you could copy the rock here if you were worried about it. There you go. Acrobat is a ×3. This boss says play only one type of hand. So, Celestial Pack, I have Mercury, no problem. I have Arcana. Since I have a death upstairs, let's open the Arcana first, and then we can do a little re-rolling. I can copy the 7, or I can save death for my steel cards, my glass cards. Probably we don't need to do that. Let's make another blue seal, and then get more money. And are we in ante 7 now? Are we at the point where we don't grow the dagger anymore and we just keep the ramen because of kind of how powerful it is in our build? Plus 50 on the dagger is not great. If this Cartomancer wasn't eternal, then, you know, you just feed it in there. Campfire is probably best. Probably stronger than the ramen. Right now the ramen is ×3, so Campfire you would need to sell 12 cards. But then it makes the next round kind of relaxed, easy. Let's see here. We got 100,000, so we're about 30,000 per pair, which means I can sell the ramen, no problem. I think I do take the Campfire because of how powerful it is, and then that protects us against, you know, maybe the final boss is the Violet Vessel. We could reroll a little bit for the Campfire. We could take something like Planet Merchant, and that way we just have more fuel for the Campfire. I kind of like that idea. The Campfire doesn't need to be huge, so I'm actually just going to go next. Could skip for 57 bucks. Okay, so I don't need the tower. I can play a pair of 5s. Okay. I can discard purple. Hermie we use. I don't need 5 pairs. I can throw one away. I can play a pair of jacks without winning. I have 7s. Okay. So we can play the 7s, and we still have the blue seals. Cool. So I guess if we did skip for the money, then we would have a big Campfire for ante 8. Okay. So get a hung man. Earth we can sell the Campfire. Open the Arcana packs. The rest of this run should be in the bag, right? Here, I actually don't care. I'm just gonna skip. 13 bucks or remove 2 cards. Probably at this point, just money for the Campfire makes sense. Steel cards are not going to matter that much, probably. Maybe a 6 and a 9, you can remove them. Yeah, let's just hang them. Alright, Devil. I don't need to feed the Campfire. Okay, 50,000 for a pair. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the 7 since I know I have extra 7s in the deck. The next pair wins. I can play high card. I can discard purple. So maybe high card one more time. All right, and then there's the blue seal. So gold, jack, play the pair of nines. Sorry, I was wrong about the campfire. It's not 12 cards, it's 8 cards to get up to a ×3. Foil we don't need. Venus, I guess we could take it. Roll onto Venus here. We could make a rock. We could spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Okay. This baseball card maybe ended up not doing that much. It's like a ×2. I guess that's fine. Standard pack, maybe purple seal is the one thing that I'm looking for. This other stuff doesn't matter. Maybe the 7 is worthwhile as a foil since we have so many 7s. Anyway. Chariot. Let's play the 7s as a pair. Okay. I can play a pair of jacks. Next pair wins. I have good cards on hand, so let's go steel. And play the aces. There you go. Alright. Now we're in the final ante where it's better, with the Mercury cards, it's better to sell them than it is to use them. Is that true? I guess it depends on how much money we have. Let's just grow the campfire. Alright, there's another Mercury card and a Jupiter card. You know what? Tarot Tycoon is great. Alright, this boss says random Joker disabled. Okay. So I guess we have 2 Jokers that don't do anything. And we just have the dagger, baseball card, campfire. Those are the 3 that we care about. Pretty sure we can get a big campfire to where the baseball card doesn't matter. It just depends on the dagger. Standard pack, fine. Could take a glass card. Yeah, maybe. Alright. Get a hungman. At this point, we just sell it instead of using it, probably. Bad. Saturn we can sell. Don't need Uranus. Alright, I can use a death card. Make another queen. We don't have a ton of money here, so maybe we reroll once and then that's it. We got a nice amount of money we can save for the next shop. Now campfire is ×3. So that's a big pair, isn't it? If I play the pair of 3s. Now that I have the blue seals, I can play, how about a pair of queens? Okay. And pair of 7s. So here's a situation where if I had known that I was not going to win in one hand, then I could have played slightly differently and tried to go for the purple seals. Alright. Now, Mars we can sell. Standard packs we probably don't need. I just like looking. Hey, look, a gold 10. Hey, look, another blue seal. Probably doesn't matter. If it was a 7 or a queen, I'd take it. Moon we can sell. Strengthiness. Okay. And then that's it. Now we got 39 bucks. Wheel we don't need. Pair presumably doesn't win. I can put Cartomancer over here just to be sure. That way Cartomancer gives me the ×1.5 before the dagger. High card doesn't win. And we can use that to... Great, also shouldn't win. Anyway, I want to try to get my purple seals for a little bit of campfire value. Here's high card one more time. And then discard purple. That's it. Emperor, that's big game. Maybe we're not supposed to discard that 7, huh? Here's a pair of queens. Okay, notably there, that would not beat the Violet Vessel, and maybe if the boss debuffs the wrong card, then we could be sad. There's another Mercury card. I suppose we can check for another Mercury card here. Arcana, let's do our re-rolling first. Got a nice amount of money left. Temperance, sure. Okay. So... Hermie, yes, and then we open Arcana. Fool for Hermie again, or we just get 2 cards. So I guess, does 20 bucks get me +1 reroll, and then I can buy and sell 2 cards? Probably. So Fool is better here, probably. The Seal card probably doesn't matter. It's close to where the Priestess is almost better. Yeah, see, now we rerolled twice and we only got... Get a Priestess instead of Hermie there. Oh well. Chariot, I said doesn't matter, but maybe it's worth holding on to. There's a Mime. I mean, you know, if we got the Chariot, I'm pretty sure the Mime is going to be better than the Dagger here. Pretty sure. As long as we draw at least 2 steel cards, then it's worth it. I got 53 cards. I guess if we sell the Dagger, then that's a little bit bigger campfire. There you go. Priestess, we can take. Gift card, nope. Alright, so I don't really have anything. Do I use the Chariot? Yes, because of the Mime. So Priestess is just 1 card. I guess that's the same as just saving the Priestess. No, it's not the same because Cartomancer gives me an extra. Alright. So now I want to do 7s, Jacks, Queens. I don't care about the purple seal. Queens and 7s. So we can go... Could be Steel, King. Play the 7s. There you go. Yeah, let's see here. Couple notes. So first note, you know, we've got the Lustful Joker as an Eternal. Maybe as an Eternal, not ideal, but does give us the plus mult to survive the early game. Early on, we had this question of, do we take, what is it, the hologram? So what does hologram do? Hologram is the scaling X mult. The more cards you add to your... When you add a card to your deck, then this gets more and more X mult. X mult, of course, in the beginning, maybe not as impactful as the plus mult. And so I had hologram and then I had the dagger. And the choice was, okay, well, Lustful Joker gives me a lot of points on a flush, but I can barely play 2 flushes per round. And of those 2 flushes that I play per round, almost never am I going to get 2 hearts flushes. So I can get 1 hearts flush and then 1 other flush, or sometimes not even a second flush. Though, you know, maybe on the blue deck with an extra hand, you can use that to dig for the second flush. And so the determination was, okay, well, the number one thing that I need is scaling plus molt. And there's a lot of different ways to get that, but maybe the dagger is like a very solid, consistent way of getting that. And kind of compared to other, I said this before, maybe in like one of the last 2 episodes or something like that, like the bus, you have to play a bunch of hands in order for it to grow. And sometimes you're playing all of those hands anyway. Like if you're on pairs, sometimes you play 4 pairs per round anyway. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want to be able to play 1 flush and just be done with it, and then get a little extra money from your leftover hands. Dagger allows you to do that, where you can grow the dagger 1 shot each round. And if you're 1-shotting, then you're getting extra money from leftover hands, and then you're leveraging that extra money to grow the dagger, right? So either way, you're exchanging money for molt, but it's not so straightforward as far as like how much money do you need to make the dagger viable, right? How much money are you spending to keep the bus alive, for example? But anyway, so we choose to take the dagger because of this early game plus molt instead of the hologram. You could try to keep both hologram and dagger. I decided that this hologram type thing, this X-molt thing, this is something that I can get other different ways. So maybe I don't need the hologram. We had, at the same time, we were offered the baseball card, and so, okay, well, if I have the baseball card, that's going to be my X-molt instead of the hologram. I don't need 2 sources, just the 1. And then that way I can feed the hologram into the dagger, and then gives me a lot of early game stability. We saw we didn't have a chips joker ever, I think, and so you kind of see without any chips jokers, the high card pair, even 2 pair a little bit, but high card pair don't give enough chips. 2 pair is twice as many chips because it's twice as many cards. Also, it's 20 instead of 10, and so maybe playing 2 pair and then playing some flushes. I would say the 2 pair is like 2/3 as strong as a flush, maybe. Most of the chips comes from the cards themselves rather than the base amount of chips on the hand. And so that's kind of like with the dagger, that's our early game plan. Our early game plan is to play 2 pair because it has more chips. And then when we get to the point where we have more chips or we have more freedom as far as what hand we're going to play, the reason why we play pairs instead of possibly going for flushes is because we can play so many more pairs per round than flushes. Even if the pairs are weaker, we can play more of them. Very easily, very consistently getting 5 per round. More than that, if I am playing a pair, then it makes me way easier for me to get value from my gold cards, way easier for me to get value from my blue seals, also easier to get value from the purple seals, where when I play a pair, I play 5 cards, I draw 5 cards, I get through my deck faster, I get to find my value generators faster, I get to hold on to more value generators at one time. And so maybe if I have access to blue seals, even though 1 Mercury card does slightly less than 1 Jupiter card, I'm able to get more Mercury cards per round. I'm able to get more Mercury cards per run because of how easy it is to hold the Mercury cards in hand. To the point where even maybe the Mercury cards, the pairs, outpace even straights. Maybe. Not exactly, because the Saturn cards also give you a ton of molt, which the Mercury cards don't. So kind of recognizing, okay, if I want to play pairs, I can use the Mercury cards, I can use the blue seals as my source of chips, and then I can use the dagger as my source of molt. That's what I need for my jokers, as I need more molt. And then Cartomancer for a little bit of deck building here. Any kind of value generator, I like to have at least 1 value generator, even if it's Eternal. I'll take Eternal Cartomancer, or we've seen Eternal Trading Card. Even Hallucination, we'll take Eternal Hallucination, Eternal Golden Joker, just some kind of value generation. Because usually you don't need all of your Joker slots to give you points, and you can leverage that extra Joker slot to make you stronger later and kind of snowball off of that. Being able to get death cards to copy the blue seals, being able to get the devil to make gold cards and sort of snowball from there. Anyway, pretty classic gold stake run. Take care, everyone.